I am back. I think. Am I live? Testing. I think I'm live, but anyway. Oh my god, I am so excited. So I know I only just started playing Black Myth Wukong on stream, but I really wanted to play some to play the brand new Ace Attorney Investigations collection, which just came out today. Also, don't mind me if it looks like I'm in like very comfy loungewear right now. It's because I am. Hello, Game Monger, come on in, join the party, because I am very excited. This game just came out today, and yeah, I'm going to be playing some Ace Attorney Investigations collection for everyone. But yeah, welcome in. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. And yeah, this is just going to be a very chill, hopefully very fun showcase stream. For those that don't know who I am, allow me to introduce or reintroduce myself. My name is Georgia, but most people on Twitch call me G-Dog. And yeah, I'm usually a variety streamer, but lately I have been streaming a lot of Black Myth Wukong because I love that game. But today I am taking a break because yeah, I really wanted to play some Ace Attorney Investigations because I have been waiting for this remake for so many years, and it's finally here, and I am so excited to jump in and get playing for you guys. So yeah, let's not waste any more time. So I will just need to go into the options really quickly because I want to make sure that because this is literally the first time I've opened this game. Like I've not really had much time to like preemptively like go into the game and change settings and whatnot. So yeah, I am very so all of this is new. Yeah, this is gonna be a very blind playthrough, so I mean if I screw up or make mistakes, don't mind me, but yeah. So screen shaking, that's fine. Flashing screen, that's fine. Vibration on, that's fine. Text skip, yeah, we want that off because we want to. Yeah, that transparency looks fine. Wait time, that won't apply. Well, actually, it might apply to us, but yeah, that seems okay. Okay. When enabled, use right stick to show hide the main text window and controls guide. Okay, yeah. Audio, background music, sound effects. By the way, guys, I have like tested the audio, but feel free to let me know if it is too loud in any way or too quiet. But when I stream, I do usually try and have it so my voice is louder than the game in the background. So yeah. Ooh, hello. No way! I can use the OG soundtrack. Okay, we are definitely doing that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. HD or original pixel art. Ooh. What do I do? Oh, I really like the OG art style, but at the same time I do want to see how the new art style looks in the game. I don't know. Do any Like, do you guys have a preference? If you do, feel free to put it in the chat. Yeah. I'm leaning slightly towards pixel art, I'm not gonna lie, because I mean I picked the OG soundtrack and I have played the OG version, like, because this is a HD remaster of a game that came out in like the early noughties, I think. So the early 2000s, and I have played the original version, so I think I am gonna go original pixel art because yeah, I want this to be authentic as possible. That's fine. English. PC settings. Is that the highest the resolution can go? Oh no, it can go higher. Ooh, okay. Oh wait, is that the highest it can go? Probably, yeah. Window mode, borderless, that's fine. Mouse controls, click. VSync, that's fine. Cursor lock, enable this to keep the mouse cursor locked within the game window. I don't think I need to change any of these. I mean, I changed the resolution because, yeah, I want this to be the highest resolution for you guys. Borderless is fine. Key config, that doesn't really matter because I'm playing on controller anyway. Reader mode. Autoplay, automatically progresses through the dialogue. Autoplay, story mode, autoplay, yeah, that's fine. Credits and licenses, we don't really need to look at those. Privacy policy, yeah, and yeah, so we could look at the gallery, but I guarantee that's going to be very spoilery, so yeah, so yeah, let's jump into, so this Investigations collection has both the first and second game for the Ace Attorney Miles Edgeworth series. So there's Ace Attorney Miles Edgeworth Investigations, and there's Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit. Of course, we will be playing Ace Attorney Miles Edgeworth Investigations because that is the first game. So yeah, so let's start. Yep, we're gonna start from the first episode. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Oh my god. To make sure the defendant is found guilty, what other choice do I have? That's the job of a prosecutor after all. But that may be true, but why? I may actually just shift my camera up slightly. Let me sort that out. There we go. There we go. Now you guys can see all the text. So. Oh yeah, this guy. I remember this guy from the original. I'm a prodigy among prosecutors. Always have been, always will be. Oh, baby. Okay, March 14th, 2:05 a.m. Jesus, that's early in the morning. Prosecutor's building, 12th floor hallway. Yeah, that's because I... Okay. It's hard to believe that I've been away from my office for a whole month. I hope Detective Gumshoe has been keeping an eye on my office and keeping it clean. The door is unlocked. Detective Gumshoe? What's this smell? It's very familiar. Blood? Uh-oh. What the? Oh my god, it's a dead body. What's the meaning of this? Freeze. Uh-oh. That guy does not look friendly. Identify yourself. Shut up. You've got some nerve committing murder in a prosecutor's office. What the heck did he shoot? Okay. Is that a threat? Let me make one thing very clear. What? No one gets away with committing murder in my office. No one. My name is Miles Edgeworth, and I work as a prosecutor in my local district. Little did I know that upon my return home after a month abroad, I would be thrusted into a multitude of cases and some very frantic and busy days. Match 14th, 2:56 AM, High Prosecutor's Offices, room 1202. So, yeah, so don't mind me, I'm just exploring. So we have history. So square on the controller enables us to look at the past conversation if we happen to skip or forget any important details. We have a book icon. Oh, okay, so that's like the court record, although I don't think it's called the court record in this. I think it's called something else. But yeah, we have, I wonder if that's a bug. I'm not sure whether the text should be over the court record. At least it doesn't appear that way in Phoenix, right? So yeah, I don't know. But anyway, so we have Edgeworth's prosecutor's badge here, proof of my profession. However, I prefer to keep it deep in my pocket. We have profiles. So we have a mystery victim. The victim in this case, why was he killed in my office? We also have autoplay, which automatically plays the text, and we also have options which will enable us to load and save the game and whatnot. But anyway, I finished photographing the victim's body, sir. Very well, please continue your investigation. Yes, sir. Ah! Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Are you okay, sir? Oh my god, hi, Gumshoe. Keep it down, detective. This is a crime scene. When I heard that a murder had taken place in your office, I ran up here straight away. This is Dick Gumshoe. He is a detective with the local precinct. I'm the one they assigned to handle this murder case for the time being. You're looking a little pale, sir. Are you hurt? No, I'm perfectly fine. However... Ack, look what they did to your office. It's totally trashed. I'll say, the culprit sullied my floor with dirt rather well. No one gets away with tracking mud into my office. Yeah, no one gets away with dirtying Edgeworth's property. Whoa, sounds like you're getting really burned up over this whole thing. This crime was committed in my office, so it is my responsibility to solve it. Ho, that's just like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, time to do some investigating. Yep, that's what we came here for. Agreed. Our first course of action is to gather relevant facts and leads. We must not overlook anything, no matter how small, if we are to find the truth. So I'll keep any leads or information we find etched in the forefront of my mind. Speaking of things that pique my curiosity, why of all places did the murder occur in my office? Ooh, so we have a new crime scene, my office. Is it really coincidence that the murder took place in my office? I get the nagging feeling that this is something important to keep in mind. Yeah, I was wondering that myself, sir. I mean, you can't really say it's just a coincidence, can you? No, not really, especially because of this. The key to your office? The office key. For security reasons, this office's door has a lock built into it. Yeah, that makes sense because, I mean, Edgeworth is he's a really important prosecutor, so it does make sense that, yeah, he probably would want his office to be kept very private. What do you mean, sir? Sir... No, okay. Yeah, okay. I wonder if because I'm noticing that the clues and stuff are going into a menu I can press with LB. I'm guessing I can only enter that menu when the prompt pops up. But yeah. What do you mean, sir? If you think about it carefully and use logic, it should become clear to you. Logic? By finding the connection between two pieces of information and connecting them, new information is born. That is the end result of using logic. So, how do you use it? First, I recall the information we got. Oh, there we go. With LB. And then I connect them together with Y. Oh yeah! Yeah, the more I play this, the more like the way this game works, yeah, comes back to me. But yeah, so here we go. LB. Crime scene, my office, and then the office key. Connect them. Obviously it's gonna be right because we don't have any other logical things to connect. I also got an achievement just then for connecting my first piece of logic in this game. So, yay. But yeah, so for security reasons, all prosecutors' doors are outfitted with locks, which means it would have been hard for the murderer and the victim to get in here. Ergo, it's impossible to dismiss the location of this crime as mere coincidence. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, sir. There must be a reason why someone infiltrated my room. What was the killer after? So we have the killer's goal. Why did this happen in my office, and what was the killer after? Okay. You're really on the ball today, Mr. Edgeworth. That's some beautiful logic, sir. Yes, well, when you follow leads to their conclusion, only the truth remains. However, if the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray far from the truth as well. But if I think carefully before piecing leads together, the logic should flow. Well, let's get started with our investigation, shall we? Yes, sir. Okay, here we go. We're officially beginning the investigation. The basis of any good investigation is to examine everything, sir. I know that, and when I want to examine something, I simply use A or X when I'm next to it. If you ever feel lost and want to talk, just use Y, okay? I'll give you great, precise advice as an ace investigator, sir. Something to try later if I have free time, I guess. Okay, so, okay, go back. But yeah, so we now have a couple more options. So now we can do logical chains at any time by pressing LB. And we can also, as Gumshoe just mentioned, talk to Gumshoe to get helpful hints and advice using Y. But yeah, let's examine. So there's a gun on the ground. What have we here? Could this perhaps be the med weapon? If so, it would mean that the killer made their escape after disposing of their gun here. I think I've seen one of these before. Care to enlighten me as to where? Oh, I know. I was issued the exact same model, I think. Detective. I don't really like guns all that much. I mean, they're really dangerous. But now that I think about it, you do see this model around the precinct a lot, sir. I don't use mine much except in emergencies, so that's why I didn't recognize it. So, it's the same type of revolver as the ones used by this precinct's detectives. Okay, so we have a new potential logical lead. So, revolver found at the crime scene. It's the same model as those used by precinct detectives. Okay, I don't think we can make a logical chain. Because he clearly wasn't after his revolver. I really don't think that was the killer's goal. So, yeah, let's keep on examining stuff. Ouch, they even knocked over your chess set. I had it all set up, ready for when you got back. I figured we could play a few games. I had no idea you were interested in chess. I'm actually pretty good at checkers, so I thought I'd give chess a try. In that case, I suppose I can set some time aside after we solve the case. Though, I don't expect the games to tax my mental acuity much. Okay, so, let's examine the surfer. I hope we can solve this case quickly. I'd like to return to relaxing on this sofa. That thing looks a billion times softer than my mattress at home. Yikes, Gumshoe, what kind of mattress are you sleeping on? Can I sit on it too? Just for a little while, sir? Detective Gumshoe, you know I can't allow that. Until this case is solved, neither of us has time to spare, let alone rest. You're right, sir. I'm gonna work hard and be a real trooper to the end. Even once this case is over, I don't think he can afford to take any time off. Okay, so, okay, let's talk to this guy. How is it coming along? Please, I need absolute silence. Fingerprint lifting is delicate art. Well, I never. Okay, ooh, there's some Ace Attorney callbacks. I'm glad that I've gotten quite far into the first Ace Attorney game, which, by the way, I am playing in my regular cycle on stream. Because it means that none of these callbacks, I don't think, are spoilery. So they won't spoil anything that's going to happen in my Ace Attorney playthrough. Well, it's a good thing my steel samurai doll was spared any harm. Speaking of which, I still haven't actually sat down and watched any of that show. What's it about again? Well, I don't know much about it myself, but the hero of the Steel Samurai warrior of Neo-Old Tokyo is Steel Samurai, and his goal is to defeat the evil magistrate. It's a show geared toward kids. However, its high production values and riveting plot draws in a number of adults as well. I mean, we know Maya Fair from the original trilogy liked it a lot. Spin-offs like pink princess warrior of Little Turkey and the nickel samurai, along with a deluge of merchandise and even a new stage show, gives it presence. You sure know a lot. Are you sure you're not some sort of rabid fanboy? Of course not. Anyone who keeps up with society knows at least this much. And that conversation lasted longer than expected. Let's return to the investigation. That was funny. Okay, okay, let's talk about the King of Prosecutors trophy. It's your trophy, the, Knight of Prosecutors, right? King of Prosecutors, and it's not a trophy, it's a shield. They only send this to the winning prosecutor, right? Yes, but I have no real interest in the perceived worth of other people. As for my own worth, that is something only I can determine for myself. But that's so slick, sir. I'm gonna have to try saying that sometime. Unfortunately for him, his monetary worth is tied directly to his worth to me. Okay. Wait, can I just okay, I can examine the chair. It's been a while since I sat at this desk. Oh, how I've missed you. It's so tiny that it looks newer than when I first bought it. Oh, yeah, that thing's so polished that it makes mirrors jealous. Don't tell me you had no other work the entire time I was away, detective. My job is to protect your office, sir. And you did such a good job protecting it that a murder occurred in it. Yeah, Gumshoe, I don't think you're getting a raise in Edgeworth's book anytime soon. That's harsh, sir. I have to admit the desk has never looked better, so I guess I can't dock his pay. Oh, that's nice of you, Edgeworth. Okay, what about this thing? Watch out with the teacup fragments there, sir. Oh, okay, it's the fragments on the floor. That killer is going to pay. This tea set. Yikes, you're really mad over this. This tea set is very dear to my heart and can only be bought in England. It costs more than your whole month's paycheck. How much does Gumshoe get paid in a month? Jeez. Now I feel like the killer's wasted one of my monthly paychecks. Okay, okay, there's a pile of books on the floor. Your files are all over the floor, sir. They probably fell during the struggle between the victim and the killer. Okay, so signs of a struggle. My files are a mess pointing to a struggle between the victim and the killer. Okay, new logical clue there. And I tried so hard to keep this place spotless while you were away. I mean, this just rendered all the time and effort I put in pointless. I don't recall ever asking you to clean my room. Well, I watered the flowers every day, just like you requested, sir. I just added cleaning to the list as a weekend special. For about half a day every Saturday, I'd come in and clean this place until it sparkled. Does he have a life? Get a life, Gumshoe. But yeah. So yeah, we have a new clue with the books. Let's see, is there any other hidden clues that I've not looked at? Is this yet another batch of fresh flowers? The ones that come with a card attached every month like clockwork for you? Yep. Speaking of that, let's see what's on the card this month, sir. All will be resolved when, oh my god, Wendy Oldbag from the original trilogy is sending Edgeworth flowers. Oh, Miss Irony, how painful are thy thorns. Wendy, isn't that the name of that old lady with the whiny voice that's stalked? That's enough, detective. You need not remind me further, shudders. Okay. Well, yeah, that's a even funnier little Easter egg. Okay. Or callback, I should say. Okay. Is the only thing we have left to examine the victim's body? Yeah, I think so. Okay. They finished photographing the body, so it should be alright to examine this area. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Okay, let's examine this. What do we have here? Hey, I think I've seen one of these before. It's a police badge, detective. Oh hey, I have the exact same thing actually. What a coinky dink. Oh my god. Gumshoe. Gumshoe's such a lovable goof, but at the same time he can be very dumb sometimes. And like dumb in a way that made me literally just want to like face palm myself. Let's take a look inside. Mr. Bloody Face. Oh, we finally have a name for our victim. So name Bloody Face, rank detective. We have a signature. His badge number is 1193964. It would appear that our victim was a detective, just like you. Okay, so that's another logical, potential logical chain. So, victim was a detective. Ugh. Pardon me. According to his badge and ID, Bloody Face was a precinct detective. I seem to have gathered a few pieces of information. Now to kindly use some logic and figure out if any of them are connected to each other. Okay, so yeah, so we have the killer's goal, victim was a detective, revolver. Oh wait, hang on. So these two can link because yeah. There we go. So, yeah, we found the logical link because with Bloody Face being a detective and with the revolver being the standard model used by detectives, I think it's pretty safe to assume that this gun was probably the victim's gun. Yeah. So, yeah, Edgeworth is thinking the same thing as me. So, could it have belonged to our recently departed? Detective Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check the victim's body one more time? Yes, sir. On it now, sir. Excuse me, pal. Let's see. What have we got here? Mr. Edgeworth, sir. This guy's wearing a gun holster. So it appears that our killer somehow managed to take the victim's gun from him. Okay, so victim's revolver, we have new evidence. It can be assumed that this gun is the murder weapon it was issued to the victim. Are you going to be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find, sir? Of course, this is the safest way I know to keep track of it all. Alright, if you say so. I log any and all evidence I find in my organizer. When I want to re-examine a piece, I have but to press RB to open my organizer. But the organizer isn't only for evidence. I keep people's profiles on hand in it too. So yeah, I did think that the court record, as it's called in Ace Attorney, did have a different name in this game, and now I know that yeah, it's called the organizer in this game. But yeah, it's probably a good idea to make a habit of checking the facts often. Let's see what else we can find out about this revolver. Okay, so we're going to do some examining, but first I am going to have a little bit of my water. Yep, there we go. There we go. But yeah, I still really like this bottle, by the way. I don't know if you guys can see, but it says AEW All in London. I got that as a very nice VIP merchandise souvenir gift when I went to London to go to Wembley Stadium to see AEW All In live. I still can't believe I was there live. It kind of feels a bit like a dream, given how amazing that whole show was, and getting to see Bryan Danielson win the AEW World title live. Yeah. But yeah, so, as I always say, you've got to look really carefully at each piece of evidence. You can use R stick to rotate an object. There's no such thing as a bad angle. Use LB and RB, or L1 and R1, because I am using, so the controller I'm using is a DualSense Edge. Yeah, it's like my go-to PC gaming controller. I do have two normal DualSenses as well, because I do have a PS5. But yeah, so okay, so let's examine this gun. So yeah, to think that it's so easy to take the life with just a pull of a trigger. You know, I can't ever see myself really liking guns. Oh, but I love the ones they use at track and field meets to start races. If you take off before it's fired, everybody always ends up following your lead. To chase you down for a false start detective. Now that you mention it, even when I finish first, I always wind up in last place. Oh my god, gumshoe. Okay, what else can we look at? Oh yeah, we can probably look at the bullets in the gun. It looks like only one round was fired from this. Wow, so the killer killed Vic with just one shot after wrestling the gun from him? Sounds like the guy knew how to handle a gun, huh, Mr. Ashworth? You have no proof for now, but that is a distinct possibility. Okay, so, blood in the hand. Let's give the body a once-over. There's blood all over his lower abdominal area. It looks like the bullet passed clean through his stomach area, sir. In other words, he was shot. Yep, and until the autopsy's done, I don't think we'll know much more than that. Please have the body sent to the morgue once they're done processing the crime scene. Okay, crime scene notes. Bullet went clean through the victim's abdomen. The body was found at around 2:05 in the morning. I guess this is all we're about all we're going to find out. We should send the body to our Jim. Why oh why? How could this have happened to a guy like you? Are you alright? Don't touch me. Leave me alone. Just let me be. Sorry, but I can't do that. The investigation is still ongoing, so please refrain from touching the body. The body? The body? Don't talk about him like he's just some lump of flesh. Look at him. Jim looks like he's just turned in for the night. Sure, just in a bloodstained suit, pal. Where are my manners? Aren't you that prosecutor? Why, yes, I am. I'm Jacques Portsman, prosecutor. Jim here was my partner in crime busting. I'm Miles Edgeworth, and like you, I am also a prosecutor. Detective Dick Gumshoe, sir. So, you're Miles Edgeworth. I guess this is your office? Yes, that is correct. Then it was you. You're the one who killed Jim. Hey, don't go around jumping to conclusions, pal. Just calm down, okay? I will not. I know how things work around here. High prosecutor's office doors all have locks built into them, and only the owner of the office has the key to his or her own office door. That is correct. However, I was not the one who killed your partner. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth has been overseas on a business trip the whole time. And the key to the door was with me the entire time, okay? So the only one who could get in here was me. Ho 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 ho. Wait, that means... I'm not sure what that means. So, it's you then. You're Jim's killer. No wait, pal. You got it all wrong. Everyone calm down. Mr. Portsman, correct. If you are a real prosecutor, you should know to stay collected. The investigation has only just begun. Isn't it too early to be drawing conclusions? Alright, I get the point. You're right, my mistake. I tend to get a little too hot-headed sometimes. Sure are one cool customer though, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard all the rumors about you. You're the great genius prosecutor. You're something of a legend, you know. Anyway, let's call a truce and work together, okay? Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? A pleasure to work with you. You guys were conducting your investigation, right? Sorry for barging in like that. Carry on then. It's your room after all. Thank you. I intend to. I just want a little more time to say goodbye to Jim. You there? Sure. I want you to capture this scene on film for me. My final farewell to my partner Jim. I should probably give them some space. Okay, so, do you have anything to report? Sure, yes sir. Nothing out of the ordinary right now, sir. And yet, there's something out of the ordinary right in front of my eyes. Talk about a contradiction. Something out of the ordinary, huh? I should look around a bit more. Okay. Ah, your jacket, sir. What's it doing on the floor? It must have fallen off the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing a round. So, the killer not only shot the victim, but they shot your jacket as well? They dared to shoot the extra special jacket that you made your prosecutorial debut in? What if they had shot through it? It would have been a disaster. How dare someone try and tarnish Edgeworth's special jacket? It's not worth getting worked up over, detective. Not when there's something more here. Huh? Like what? I take it you haven't noticed it yet, detective? There is a giant contradiction right here in front of us. Really? Did I say a contradiction? He must be rubbing off on me. I'm starting to sound like him. I think you know who Edgeworth is referring to when he says him. A certain spiky-headed ace attorney. But I have my own methods and I will conduct this investigation my own way. When the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off, that's when my deductive skills come into play. First, I have to find the spot that holds the contradiction. This is it. This bullet hole is where the contradiction lies. When I spot something that's off, I should point my cursor at it and press Y with conviction. Deduce. Let's do it. And when I have found sufficient proof to prove the contradiction, I present it. This is how I do things. Okay, so we're clearly going to present the victim's revolver. This bullet hole is a contradiction. What do you mean, sir? It's elementary, my dear gumshoe. 2 shots were fired in this room. The first felled the victim, and the second felled this frame. Hey, that's right. However, this gun was only fired 1 time. Hey, that's true too. which means that one of these 2 bullets was fired from a different gun. Did the killer have another gun prepared for tonight? Another handgun? Other than the victim's gun that I found, could there be another gun in play here? By the way, I noticed something, sir. Yes? What's that thing sticking out from behind the frame? Ah, that. It's a secret safe. It's a secret safe? Oh, I smell money. I'll spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside. Now, if you could kindly move this frame out of the way. Roger that. Achoo, achoo. Talk about dusty. I suppose that's what happens when I'm not here to dust it once in a while. I had no idea there was a safe here, or I would have kept it clean for you, sir. So when did you put this thing in? It wasn't something I had installed personally. Every prosecutor's office has one. Really? I had no idea. Well, only prosecutors are supposed to have knowledge of their existence. So, what's inside, Mr. Edgeworth? Right now, nothing. We only use them to store especially important evidence when the trial is in session. That's it. Talk about squashing my hopes and dreams. A bit traumatic there, Gumshoe. Okay, secret safe. Jotted down in the organiser. Each prosecutor has one in their office. Only they know of them. Is used for trial evidence. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Okay, let's examine the safe. I never knew there was a safe hidden back here. Well, if detectives knew about them, then they wouldn't be secret now, would they? Are there any other secret hidden things in this room? Even if there were, it would defeat the purpose of them being hidden if I told you. So don't bother looking for them. So there's no hidden camera around, right? And what if there was? Ah, no, it's nothing. Forget I said anything. Do I even want to ask what he's been doing in my office while I've been away? Okay, let's examine the keypad. Now this is odd. You found something, sir? This keypad. Don't you find it to be a bit too clean? Yeah, there's a thick layer of dust all around it, but not on the keypad itself. You there, the forensic scientist. Yes, sir. Could you please dust this area for fingerprints? You got it, sir. I couldn't find, let alone lift, a single print. Looks like it was wiped down well. Okay, white fingerprints. All of the fingerprints on this have been wiped clean off. Interesting. Okay, so the secret safe data got updated in the organiser. Prints for white has been added to the description. As I thought, it appears that logic is the only way around this setback. Time to rationally and calmly connect the dots with the information we have. Okay, so let's connect some logical dots. So, I think, I don't think it's related to signs of a struggle. I don't think it's related to there being another handgun. I think, or maybe it might be actually. But no, I think the person that used the safe was the killer, and I think it's related to the killer's goal. So, yeah, let's see. Am I right? Yes, okay. Yay! I believe I have figured out what the murderer was after. Well, what is it, sir? The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe, making the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe. So, motive, theft, question mark? Okay, nice typo. The culprit, not culprit, tried to open my safe. Was the killer's motive theft? Okay. I wonder if knowing what the motive behind this break-in... I wonder if knowing that the motive behind this break-in was theft changes what the other pieces of information can tell me about the crime. Okay, so theft. So I think if anything, it's gonna be. I mean, it would make sense why the killer would possibly struggle with the victim if he was looking for something. So yeah, I'm gonna try this. Yeah, there we go. Okay. There is a possibility that the file splayed on the floor and not the result of a struggle between the victim and the killer. Oh, you mean like it could be from when the killer tried to find something, sir? Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen. Yes, sir. I'm gonna shelf files like you've never seen before, even in a library. Sure. Let's give that a try. Why do all the good ones always die young? Surely you must ponder that every once in a while, Mr. Exworth. No matter how much we lament, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth. And, so what are we supposed to do? How do we go about finding the truth? First, we calmly restore the files to their rightful place. You got it. Here, let me help. So this file goes here, and that book goes there. I sure know a lot about where things go, despite it being Edgeworth's office. Because I'm the one who keeps it tidy, pal. Okay, done. Ooh. So we have handprints and what looks to me maybe like where the legs were. Sir, it would appear that the murder was definitely committed here. Oh, the bloodstains on the bookshelf are still fresh. I suspect that the victim was killed in a standing position, hence the prints on the shelf. And then the guy fell on the floor, right? The blood on the floor is kind of grossing me out. Detective, I don't have the time to deal with your weak stomach right now. But you know I'm no good with blood, sir. Why are you a detective then? Jeez. I'm certain there's something wrong with this picture. Okay, so, what could be wrong with the picture? Yeah. Is it the fact that there's blood on the books? Or is it something to do with the victim's body? Oh, wait, is that another bullet hole? That's, yeah, okay. Yeah, please tell me I got that right. This is clearly where the contradiction lies. Oh, come on. Gumshoe, you nearly made me think I was wrong for a second. Oh no. Oh no, I was wrong. Oh. Come on. That looks like a bullet holder. Is it the massive pile of blood on the floor? No, okay. Okay, right, let me have a look. So, legs, hands, right, let me look in the organizer again. So, issued to the victim and believed to be the murder weapon, bullet went clean through the abdomen. Oh wait, hang on. Yeah, so this area is the contradiction, but I think I presented the wrong evidence. So yeah, let me deduce that again, and then let's do. There we go. Yeah, I should have been a bit more observant with the court record. But anyway, I found the contradiction. So there's clearly a contradiction here with this bullet hole. Well, what do you mean, sir? You don't see. Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. If the victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should be much higher up. But what if the guy was shot while he was sitting or lying down, sir? That would be illogical. The victim leaned against a shelf here after being shot. which suggests that he was standing when he was shot. And that means... Wait, what does that mean, sir? It means you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mine, detective. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption, and it was from this mistake that our current contradiction was born. What is the faulty assumption that caused this problem with the bullet hole's condition? The position of the handprints, I think. The position of the handprints is what caused the problem. We wouldn't be in the dilemma if the handprints were close to the ground. Well, the handprints are where they are, up top. Yes, you are quite receptive, which is why this is not a viable hypothesis. Oh, so it was just a what if? Then what's the right answer? You still can't figure it out? Then allow me to explain. Yes, please, sir. Oh, okay. So, is it, maybe it's the position of the body? If the victim was shot while he was lying down. Wait, didn't you just say that line of reasoning is illogical, sir? Okay. Oh, okay. So it's the other one, it's the order of the files. I believe the order of the files is a bit off. You mean I put them back in the wrong order just now? Hey, actually, I think the labels on the files are wrong, sir. Yeah, you see here how the files that were shot begin with the number 0? What are those doing all the way down there after 1, 2, and 3? That's really weird. Actually, the way they are organized now is the correct order. They are exactly as I see them in my mind's eye. But the numbers are all out of order. Those white binders are special, so they are arranged a little differently. But from this, we know that the files were not in the order when the crime occurred. Aha, so that's it. I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumption as you just did, detective. Let's rearrange the files in numerical order and see what we find out. Do you think it'd be okay to prop the body back up to how it was before it was moved? They finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. If you please, Detective Gumshoe. As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should logically be. The killer went through my files first before shooting Mr. K. And then put the files back in numerical order, I guess. Exactly. And then proceeded to shoot the victim. But why would someone kill a man and then look through your files one more time? Puzzling indeed. The files were thrown into disarray twice, once before and once after the crime, but why? The culprit rearranged my files twice, once before and once after the murder. Why? Now the crime scene is as it was at the time of the murder. Time to give it another look. Okay, so let's examine this. What is that? Why does it say Gumshoe on there in blood? I'd say that's some incredibly incriminating evidence. Yes, indicative of criminal activity indeed. No, wait, there's gotta be some mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me. Say something, sir. It appears that one of my files was stolen. Is that all, sir? What about me and my situation? Is this what the killer was really after? Stolen file. One of the files that were written upon in blood was stolen by the culprit. Okay. Oh, that's it. Investigation complete. So yay, we completed our first investigation portion. Yeah, I'm just gonna have a drink. There we go. Pardon me. Put that there. Looks like Jim was able to leave us the name of his killer in the end, and this most important message managed to reach us. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. You can't be terribly pleased to hear that your beloved partner is a guilty party. If you are going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, I sincerely hope you have some proof to back it up. Jim's words, they're more than enough, wouldn't you say? If that's how you want to play it, then at least allow me to understand your reasoning. You got it. I don't like this one bit. Something strange about this man's attitude. And there must be some sort of flaw to his logic waiting for me to dig out. Mr. Edgeworth, well, what are you going to do? What I always do in court. I'm going to cross-examine him. Yeah, so this game is a little bit different. Usually in Phoenix Wright or in the Apollo Justice trilogy, we would settle things in the courtroom. But this game, it's different. In this game, Edgeworth's office is kind of the courtroom in this scenario. So yeah, we're just gonna straight up cross-examine Jacques here and see what we can glean from it, basically. One way or another, I'll expose the flaw in his logic with this technique. Ooh, how do you do that? Can you explain it to me, sir? Yeah, let's explain. Alright, first I listen to the witness's testimony. If I find a flaw in the testimony, something that contradicts the evidence, I open my organizer with RB and present the piece of contradictory evidence. To present something, I simply use Y, but that's old news. But it's not like there's gonna be a flaw in their testimony every time, right? Correct. And at those times, I need to press the witness with LB. Sometimes by pressing, I can draw out new information and new or modified testimony. I think I get it, sir. I'll be sure to try the technique out during investigations too. Very well, I'll even show you how it's done. Now watch carefully. Okay, so also in this one, witness testimonies aren't called testimonies. Instead, they are called arguments. So yeah, so basically we're going to hear Mr. Portsman's argument, and then it'll be like how we do it in Phoenix Wright. We'll just press and present until we eventually win the argument, basically. So, Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Furthermore, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. And it will be by his final words that you will be brought to justice. You intend to argue that the victim's dying message points to his killer. I can hear Jim's voice and he's calling for his killer's arrest. Are you sure you're not mishearing his words, Mr. Portsman? There is no way Detective Gumshoe is the culprit here. I will find the flaw in this man's logic and expose it with credible evidence. Okay, so, rebuttal. Okay, Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Okay, so, let's press. You know, there's something I've been meaning to ask. What is it? Why do you call the victim Jim, when clearly his name is Buddy Faith? Isn't it obvious? Jim is the perfect name for my companion. Jacques and Jim, don't those names go together like peanut butter and jelly? But Jim isn't even close to the guy's real name. Well, Jacques and Buddy just sounds off somehow. Besides, he was the third of a bunch of guys I decided to nickname Jim. He talks about the victim like he was his pet. Okay, further, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. Press. Do you really think it was necessary to shovel my shelves twice to do that? That's true. Okay, then maybe his real intent was theft. Hey, are you accusing me of stealing something from Mr. Edgeworth? It's a possibility. Maybe your salary's been cut so much that life has been getting a little too rough to handle. I'll have you know that I eat 3 square meals every day, pal. Okay, so all 3 of them happen to be instant noodles, but oh my god. Gumshoe eats nothing but instant noodles? Oh my god. Poor thing, what an evil prosecutor you were paired up with, and what a motive, no? That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. Press. And why would Detective Gumshoe do such a thing? Because the body was getting in his way. He had to mess up your bookshelf somehow, right? Anyway. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. Press. Why do you think that the killer didn't notice the bloody letters? The body was covering it quite well, wouldn't you say? That's how he missed it. But judging by what I've seen, it doesn't take much for your detective to miss something. Who do you think you are? You know nothing about me, pal. There's a lot a person can understand about another from first impressions alone. I can't say I disagree with him on that point. Well, why don't you say something, sir? No, not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Despite his lack of attention to detail, I don't believe the detective to be the culprit. Nobody could have overlooked the bloody letters, and I can prove it with evidence. I couldn't ask for a better setup for the game-finishing Spike. And it will be by his final words that you will be brought to justice. Are you saying that those letters were intended for you? Yep, Jim was an outstanding detective. I would expect no less from my former partner. It looks like Mr. Portsman still doesn't understand. He's yet to figure out the true meaning behind the bloody letters. What are you sputtering over there? Can't you just admit my logic is perfectly sound? Actually, there's a gigantic flaw in his logic, a gap so wide that even the good detective can spot it. Now to clue Mr. Portsman in by presenting him with some evidence. Okay. Okay, so, okay, so, I'm going to present the crime scene for, yeah. Bullet went clean. Yeah, let's present. Yay, I did it! Okay, I got it right, so. And I know I got it right because I got a trophy saying I successfully presented the correct evidence. But yeah. Perhaps you're not aware, Mr. Portsman, but there is a serious flaw in your logic. Here, bringing a bit of the courtroom into this, I see. No problem, I'm game. I can't help but find it odd. Excuse me? Odd that a fellow prosecutor would be brought down by the power of his own office. What are you talking about? Oh, you're joking. I get it. Ha ha ha. If you have the time to laugh, then you have the time to take another closer look at this. Will you still not see? If not, may I direct your attention to the missing file? What? But that's impossible. What's impossible, Mr. Portsmouth? Nothing. Files on that shelf were all about a certain case. When the killer went to take the file after murdering your partner, I highly doubt they could have missed the bloody letters written on the spine. It's possible they could have taken the file before committing the murder. I think it's pretty obvious that the file was stolen after it was written on. The missing letters in the detective's name where the file should be as proof. Yeah, I mean the S is gone and there's only half an H. If Detective Gumshoe really was the culprit of this case, I highly doubt that even he could overlook his own name written in blood on the files, especially as a detective who can't stand the sight of blood. Which means, what exactly? What does that make this dying message? It makes the lack of a criminal intent on tampering with the crime scene. That's so low. I can't believe the criminal tried to pin this whole thing on me, sir. I'm gonna get him, sir. You'll see. I'm gonna have them under arrest in no time. Well, Mr. Portsman? Ha 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 ha. Brilliant. Absolutely splendid. Logic deserving of Olympic gold. I appreciate the praise, but it doesn't change the fact that your reasoning is flawed. Meh, you win some and you lose some. That's how life goes. Glad everyone's so cheery, even though I feel more dead than alive. Oh, poor Gumshoe. But you know, it really is a shame. I really didn't want to have to bring this up, however. Well, what is it this time? Are you still after me, pal? Humor me for a second. Who has the key to this office? That would be me. But Mr. Edgeworth just proved that I'm innocent, pal. That's absolutely right, and I acknowledge your innocence. Then why do I sense that you still have something to say? Well, I was thinking, did you know there is one other person with the key to this office? One other person? Hey, you there. Yes, sir. What is it, sir? Would you kindly fetch and escort that lovely young lady here for me? A lady? The girl is a member of the building security. Think of her as a material witness. Security? Did you say security? No, stop it, pal. Don't. What's wrong with him all of a sudden? I believe she needs no introduction. I have called upon Miss Maggie Bird. Maggie Bird? Oh my god. So, this is a little bit of a spoiler because we've not I don't think we've started the second game in my Ace Attorney playthrough yet, but Maggie Bird is a character that is very important in the first case of the second game in the original Phoenix Wright trilogy. But yeah, so Detective Gumshoe, sir? Maggie. Miss Bird is the security guard on watch tonight. I see, and your point is? My point is that she could very well have used it. And by it, I mean master key, which can open all the office doors in the building. Bless me. Bless me again. Luckily I have a tissue right here. Ugh. Okay. Oh, what? If you are not the guilty party, Detective Gumshoe, then the only other person with access to this room is Miss Bird. How dare you? I would never sneak into someone's room. That's right, I refuse to believe that Maggie's the culprit, pal. It was me. That's right, I did it. Can we take that as a confession, Detective? Well, it wasn't really me, but it definitely wasn't Maggie, pal. So yeah, it was me. If it was, you'd have no problems with that, right? Please refrain from flying off the handle, Detective. There's no need for such theatrics. Listen to your boss, Detective. He understands what I'm saying here. That girl is the only one who could have committed the crime, and for one simple reason. Okay, so we have another argument. Reason for suspicion. It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck into your room using the master key. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door, then that leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Making it all the more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message. Interesting. So, you're saying she used the master key. Okay, master key. This can open every office door. Its use is controlled by security staff. So we have new evidence. Incredibly incriminating evidence, wouldn't you say? That's what you claimed about the evidence earlier as well. That was then, this is now. The flow of a good match always changes during a rally. It's all about your reflexes and reaction time, especially for an athlete like me. I wonder if there was anyone else other than Miss Bird who could have used the master key. It seems that the only way to get Mr. Portsman to give me more details is to press him. Okay, time for the rebuttal. So let's press. Are you sure Miss Bird is the only member of security who could have used the master key? There's only one person on staff at this time of night, and tonight she's it. Isn't that right, Miss Bird? That's true, but I wasn't able to use the master key at the time of the crime, sir. Wasn't able to? What's that supposed to mean? Yes, moving on. I'd hate to get sidetracked by something unrelated. What do you mean, unrelated? I want to hear what she has to say, pal. But you can't really trust her not to tell lies. Plus, I hate wasting time. Should I hear Miss Bird out? Yeah, let's ask her for more details. Not so fast. I, too, am interested in hearing what Miss Bird has to say. Didn't I just say it'd be a waste of time? We don't need to hear her lies. I'll be the judge of that. Miss Bird, if you please. I discovered that the master key was missing at around 1 a.m., sir. What do you mean by missing? As in, it wasn't anywhere in the security booth, sir. The killer must have stolen it. Mr. Portsman, I believe this to be an important piece of testimony, don't you? I can't believe that someone like you would be taken in by such words. I'm not lying, sir. If that's the case, then I'd like to know why you have the master key now. I don't quite know. It just reappeared all of a sudden, sir. A likely story. And where's your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? I bet you just forgot where you put it and then found it again. I never lose things. I can practically guarantee that. With me, if something disappears, it's usually because someone stole it. Yeah, pal, trust me. You don't want to test just how bad her luck is. Unfortunately, I can't deem this piece of testimony as conclusive. Glad you agree, Mr. Edgeworth. But... Ugh. There we go. Just gonna have another drink. Okay. You still haven't established Maggie's motive for breaking into Mr. Edgeworth's office. Her motive? Didn't we already establish that it was theft? I mean, the culprit clearly went through the bookshelves and at least tried the safe. It is, as Mr. Portsman says, Detective. I can't ignore the fact that all the evidence points towards a motive of theft. But I'm done taking blows. It's time to counterattack with a few facts of my own. Okay, I just want to look at the evidence again, so, ooh, that could be, that could be a contradiction, because only if the prosecutors know about the safe, then Maggie wouldn't know about it. So, yeah, so, I wonder, yeah, I'm gonna try presenting this. I think I got it bang on the money. Yay. Do you wish to continue insisting that Miss Baird was selling, stealing something? Why not? It's the truth after all. It was also by your logic that we came to the whole thievery conclusion anyway. That may be, but you must also be aware of the fact that the safe is a secret safe, the existence of which is only privy to prosecutors. Ah! I find it a little hard to believe that a hidden safe was part of her cunning plan. But she could have found it by accident while she was turning everything else upside down. I highly doubt that. I'd say the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for. After all, only the bookshelf and safe would target it. Yeah, even I didn't know about that safe, pal. And that means there's no way Maggie could have known about it either. Exactly. And then, are you proposing that the killer is a prosecutor? Interesting conclusion. That's definitely looking more and more probable. What's wrong, prosecutor? Do you have a different suspect in mind now? Curses. Why? What made you... What's with the angry face all of a sudden? It's all my fault. What do you mean? It's Jim. He knew about the existence of the secret safes. What did you just say? We were partners, like inseparable conjoined twins. That's why I told him. I filled him in on the secret safes. And that means... Yeah, I know. I had only just told him too. Obviously, it was wrong of me to tell him. I still can't quite believe it, but the thief who broke into your room was probably Jim. Now he's claiming that the victim's the thief. And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you? Miss Maggie Bird. Excuse me? I mean, you are a security guard, right? That's your job. But killing is going a bit too far, even in your risky profession. What the? You're still accusing Maggie of the murder? Yes and no. I mean, she had stumbled upon Jim, who had probably drawn his gun. I get it. It was self-defense, wasn't it? No, I couldn't. I could never do something like that. Not even as a security guard, sir. Plus, even if he was a thief, he wouldn't have had a key to the office. Which is precisely why he had to steal it, wouldn't you say? It was Jim who stole the master key. Ah! Pretty impossible for a supposedly stolen key to be here with us, unless... Well, unless you retrieved it from Jim after you killed him. Mr. Portsman, you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief. I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything else to make sense. Has he no honor? Now then, I think we're done here. The investigation waits for no man. Would you people be so kind as to see yourselves out? You can't kick us out. This is Mr. Edgeworth's office. Ah, but I'm the one who's been assigned to the case. You are all suspects to varying degrees and therefore ineligible to run this show. Listen, pal, how many times do I have to say this? Maggie can't be the culprit. Detective Gumshoe, calm yourself. But sir, we have no choice but to accommodate his request for now. Haha, thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. At least one of you understands. Now then, if you could remove yourselves from my crime scene, I'd be most grateful. Mark my words, Mr. Portsman, we will meet again. If that's a formal request from the legendary prosecutor himself, then I suppose so. Now don't disappoint me, you hear? Okay, to be continued. Okay, so for the first time, let's save. So, yeah, so let's continue. So, March 14th, 4:18 a.m., Prosecutor's Building at 12th floor hallway. What is with that prosecutor? I can't believe how rude he was. It was unbelievable. Please maintain your professionalism, detective. I'm gonna find some real solid evidence proving Maggie's innocence. You'll see, sir. But we've been kicked out of the crime scene, sir. True. So then what now? Looks like my life's fallen into yet another gigantic ditch. Do not despair, Miss Baird. We can overcome this as well. There are many other places and things we should be looking into anyway. Really, sir? For example, this hallway. The linchpin of his argument against Miss Baird is related to the master key. In that case, this hallway is a perfect place to look for more information regarding the mystery surrounding my door. Okay, so we are now investigating the 12th floor hallway. So, let's see. Let's talk to Maggie. I was wondering if I may speak with you for a bit concerning the case. I've always been a big fan of the courtroom, but this is like a dream where I'm being cross-examined by D. Miles Edgeworth. I can't let this chance pass me by. I must remember to ask her about the master key. I should jog my memory by showing my notes to her with why. Okay, so let's show her the master key. So, when have you discovered the master key was missing? By the time I realized it, I think it was around 1 a.m., sir. And I noticed it was back at around 2:30 a.m. It was just sitting there on the ledge where the security room's reception window is. But I'm sure that between those two times it was not just gone but stolen, sir. Okay, so master key was stolen, new logical lead. The key went missing from approximately 1 a.m. until 2:30 a.m. Why is such an important key stored in such an insecure place? It's not like that, sir. We always keep the key further inside the room away from the window. Always, you say? Except this time, correct? Well, I admit that was a bit careless, but I had my reasons. I left it out because I was sort of using it at the time. It was after I had used it that I left it sitting out on the ledge. She used the master key. Okay, so let's ask Maggie some questions. First, let's ask her about the victim. Have you ever met the victim before? Well, I've seen him a couple of times before when I had to go to Mr. Portsman's office. Mr. Faith was always playing basketball with Mr. Portsman, sir. That sounds like fun. Just one sign of love to play with them. It sounds fun, but the only person ever taking the shot was Mr. Portsman. All Mr. Faith ever did was pass him the ball, sir. On second thought, I don't think I'd have fit in all that well with them. Okay, let's ask her about using the master key. What did you mean by you use the master key? Oh, I had to use it to open the door for this prosecutor who had forgotten his key. I mean, it's my job as a security guard, right? Ah, what is it? That's right, I just remembered. The prosecutor who forgot his key. It was Mr. Portsman, sir. What? Please tell me Mom is bad, quickly. Okay, forgetful Mr. Portsman. It was around 12 a.m. Mr. Portsman had forgotten his office key, so he came down to security, sir. And that's when you loaned the master key to him? No way, it's against regulations to loan the master key out to anyone. I walked Mr. Portsman to his office and opened the door for him personally, sir. I see. And then, what happened after that? Well, he called for me to come close up his office as he was leaving to go home. That was around 1:30 a.m., I think. So in summary, for the sake of one forgetful prosecutor, you used the master key twice tonight. Okay, so use the master key. The key was used to unlock and lock Portsman's office at 12 a.m. and 1:30. Talk about suspicious. I doubt you can say that you've never left your keys at home, Detective. I think this calls for a thorough examination of Mr. Portsman's door. Okay, let's ask her about herself. Miss Maggie Baird, correct? I take it that you are an acquaintance of the detective. She was under my supervision back when she was still on the force, sir. One day she got caught up in a murder. So the murder that Maggie Baird gets caught in happens in the second game in the original trilogy. And things started going downhill, so she quit. But I owe a lot to Detective Gumshoe for introducing me to my current employer. Or so I thought until a few hours ago. Right before I was about to clock out for the night. You got caught up in this whirlwind of a case, correct? Don't worry, my whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Since I was 6 months old when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building, I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster, and now I even managed to be named a criminal just when I've become a security guard. That's a lot to go through in one lifetime. I know, and just when I thought I had finally found my happiness, I wind up getting you and Detective Gumshoe involved in my bad luck. You don't need to worry about me, Miss Baird, nor do you need to worry about yourself. I will solve this case and prove your innocence. All I ask in return is your cooperation. Yes, sir, Mr. Edgeworth. You can count on me. I'll do all I can to help. Okay, so we've talked to Maggie. But yeah, let's look at the basketball. What is a basketball doing here? That's Mr. Portsman's prized possession, sir. I heard he also plays soccer, dodgeball, and even tennis. And not a single one of these sports is suitable to be played in the hallway. Okay, what is a basketball hoop doing here? Hey, didn't this used to be just outside next to the building a long time ago? So when and why was it moved indoors? I don't remember exactly, but I saw one of the officers drag it up here recently. Drag it? I heard that it wouldn't fit in the elevator, so the poor guy had to bring it himself. All the way up to the 12th floor. Seems a bit inconvenient. Okay, let's talk to the police officer. Is everything alright? Yes, sir. If you must know, I weighed myself this morning and I'm finally at 154 pounds. Congratulations, but I was asking about the hallway in this room. Oh, everything's okay, sir. A word of advice, stay focused or you may start to lose even more weight. Okay, let's talk to this very familiar looking guy. It looks like you're in quite the pinch, Mr. Edgeworth. To be sure, a murder within the walls of the prosecutor's office is no trifling matter. We must find, apprehend, and punish the killer accordingly post-haste. Sounds like a messy case you've got on your hands. If you ever feel lost or need some advice, my door is always open. How gracious, I'll keep your offer in mind. Who is this guy again? He's very clearly Prosecutor Payne, who we did face, I think, in the first case of the first game. But yeah, so is that Edgeworth store? Okay, so room. So that's Portsman's office. Room 1203. I take it this is Portsman's office. Yeah, you can't mistake it because of that basketball hoop, sir. Oh, that reminds me. Mr. Portsman had actually wanted room 1202 really badly. But since you were already occupying it, Mr. Edgeworth, we put him next door, sir. So why was Mr. Portsman so particular about getting room 1202? I'm not sure, but I bet it's because of something like his birthday being December 2nd. Yep, that's gotta be it. I can't think of another reason why. I can think of at least 3. Bah, why am I even wasting time thinking about this? It's Mr. Portsman's personal basketball hoop. I can't believe he put something like this in the hallway of a prosecutor's office. But you know, it's actually pretty useful, sir. I haven't gotten lost trying to get to your office since it's been here. How long have I had the same office and yet you still managed to get lost? Okay, so the door is locked tight. I bet the old credit card trick won't work here, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? This is the office of a high prosecutor, detective. These doors will be pretty ineffective if the average cat burglar can get through them. Aha, so I guess only a great cat burglar could get in. That must be who our culprit is. Might I advise you to return that conclusion to whatever pawn shop you bought it from? Yeah. Okay, let's examine the door. A minimalist yet classy door made of top quality wood. It's kind of majestic too. Fits in really well with the ambiance of the prosecutor's offices. Even Mr. Portsman seems dignified, just because he works behind one of these. Nonsense. A man doesn't become more or less dignified because of where he works. Well, he still seems more dignified than Mr. Payne. Mr. Payne, I suppose custodial work can also be dignified. Okay, so we can't do any, oh wait. No, I don't think we can do anything else. No, okay. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Ooh, what's this on the bench? Huh? Isn't this that missing O series file, sir? No doubt about it, the bloody letters mark it clear as day. There seem to be a few pages missing. These took only what was necessary and left the rest behind. So, what are these old files about, sir? I guess they've got something worth stealing in them, huh? Not particularly, it's just a collection of court case files. However, the cases within these files are not mine. Huh? They belong to the High Prosecutor that used to occupy my current office. I have my reasons, but let's just say I was charged with keeping them as they were. Then that means the thief must have also wanted the file for a specific reason, right? It will seem so. Only the pages related to that case from 10 years ago are missing. I wonder why anyone would care so much about an old case. Okay, so A well-crafted, high-quality sofa for visitors. Stitching is excellent. Talk about a luxury waiting area. These babies are also great for napping, you know. He was sleeping out here, detective, in a hallway. Whenever I do, I always wind up dreaming about giving testimony up on the stand. But it always ends the same way, you getting trounced by a lawyer. Isn't that awful? Maybe I should give it a try sometime, to envision myself winning naturally. Okay, so, wait, have we not examined everything? No. Oh, okay. I bet the thief's not under here. I guess there isn't enough space for anyone to hide under here anyway. I mean, if someone could contort themselves to fit, I'd be really impressed. Sounds to me like somebody has already tried at least once before. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so, I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. 1202. These 4 numbers on the number plate alone proclaim this to be my office. Whoops. Hey, these number plates slide right out, sir. They have to be able to take the plate off when a room becomes vacant, you know. Although the idea that it can be so easily removed is kind of... Okay, let's, yeah, we've already examined the door. Okay, I don't see any signs of forced entry. And according to the guard, no signs that the lock was picked either, sir. Meaning the door really was open with a key. Did you happen to ask if any prints were lifted from the doorknob? Apparently, the doorknob's clean as a whistle, quite they think. Whoever this thief is, they did a good job of not leaving any clues behind. Okay, I think that's everything in terms of the edge-west door. Yep, okay. I wonder if we can put any logical chains together. Miss Bird, I'm afraid there's a flaw in your story. What? No way, pal. I mean, sir. You said that you locked up Mr. Portman's office at around 1:30 a.m., correct? However, the master key had already been stolen at that time. Wow, nothing gets by you, Mr. Edgeworth. You saw that contradiction like a pro. I had totally forgotten all about that, but thanks to you, I remember it now. You're right, it was around that very time that I realized the master key was missing. And, well, I'm a security guard, sir. I couldn't just admit to losing the master key, could I? So I pretended to lock up his room, sir. You pretended? Yeah, I used my house key and made it look like I was locking up, sir. So in actuality, you never did relock the door then. Well, I thought that maybe I could go lock it after I found the key. Come to think of it, I guess the door still hasn't been locked properly. Okay, Mr. Portman's office. Miss Bird unlocked the door, but master key was stolen, so she couldn't lock it up again. Interesting. Okay, so I wonder if that means that we can actually just walk into Portsman's office. Is there any other logical chains we can do? No, I don't think those two match. But yeah, let's look around. Yes, sir. Detective Gumshoe, you look rather intrigued by something. Care to share? Oh, it's nothing, but I noticed that Mr. Portsman calls his partner Jim. And the detective in that Sunday night drama, All My Cops, is named Jim too. I bet one of them is a big fan of that show. You seem to know a little something about it yourself. I take it you watch it too? Of course. The tight bond of friendship between prosecutor and detective is great, sir. But it's nothing compared to the super strong friendship we have. Ho ho ho. Friendship, detective? I think you're mistaking it with pity. How can you say that, sir? And after all we've been through, too. Oh, nice. Okay, so I got a trophy for that. I was wondering about the investigation. Oh, I've been waiting for this. Let a real seasoned pro teach you how it's done. A real seasoned pro of instant noodle cuisine, perhaps. You know that you can always check out the really important spots in more detail, right? Yes. And if the area is too big, you can always use R-stick to take a look around. Oh, but don't worry, sir. The R-stick command will only show up when you need it. I knew that as well. And when you think there's a contradiction or something unusual, try deduction. First you learn if your current, yeah, we know how to do this. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so... I don't think there's anything else. Oh, to-dos. Okay. Oh no. Okay, to-dos. Wait, so, okay, so... present, or maybe I need to, yeah, I should probably deduce where the keyhole is and then present it that way. There's a contradiction here between reality and the evidence. If what Miss Fair has said is true, then why is the store locked tight? Huh? You know, you're right. Miss Fair, are you sure you didn't relock the store? I'm certain of it, sir. And I don't think Mr. Portsman noticed it himself that I hadn't. Which means, what's that? It either means that he actually does have the key to his office, or that the door Miss Baird opened wasn't this one at all, but a completely different one. She opened a different door? But how can you prove that? There's an easy way to find out. All we need to do is, we need to examine these. Prints on the number plate. Prints on the number plate. They will tell us all we need to know. Everything? Really? Like what, sir? Like, well, okay. Probably. Prints on the doorknob. Yeah. The prints on the doorknob will tell us everything. Hey you. Yeah, you pal. Do us a favor and see what you can lift from this, okay? So, what did you find out? There's no need for such belligerent nostril flaring, detective. Sir, I have found only Mr. Portsman's and Mr. Faith's prints on this doorknob. So only 2 people's prints were found on this, huh? That's pretty decisive. Huh? I'm lost, sir. Thinking logically, a certain other person's print should be on this knob as well. Now then, whose print should also be on this doorknob? Maggie Baird's. Because Maggie said that she tried to open this door. So but yeah. Man, I'm really enjoying this HD. Oh, really? The second after I wipe my nose, I sneeze. Typical. There we go. Okay. I wonder if the pollen levels here in the UK have picked up a little bit, because yeah, it's weird how I wasn't sneezing, and yet ever since I've got on stream I've sneezed like crazy. So yeah. You mean, yes, the door that Miss Baird opened could not have been this one, but a different one. Okay, Mr. Portsman's office. Miss Baird says she unlocked this door, but her prints were not found on the doorknob. What have we here? Oh wait, there's something under the door. Okay. Yeah, there's something under the door, so let's examine that. What is this? Looks like a scrap of paper. I'll get it, sir. Let's see. Oh, there's something written on it. It looks like a note from the victim. I brought the 3 pieces of evidence back just like we talked about on the phone, but it looks like you're out. Guess I'll catch up to you later, buddy. Yeah, and it's for Mr. Portsman. Okay, note left by victim, found under the door for the absent Portsman. Is his basketball property in Mr. Portsman? Yes, sir. He's always ready for a match. Basketball, soccer, dodgeball, tennis. It doesn't matter what sport it is, he's game. Although, I think it'd be a little hard to play tennis with this ball. That isn't the point you should be focusing on, detective. You're right, sir. Now I know what I should be focusing on. Bad Mr. Portsman. Someone should teach him to clean his toys up after he's done playing. I think we've reached the end of this conversation. Okay, ooh, interesting clue. Notice how it looks like the basketball hoop's been moved. What's this? What are you looking at, sir? Oh hey, how about a game? That's okay, detective. I just found the position of this hoop to be a little off. Hey, you're right, sir. I guess it shifted when someone made a seriously sweet slam dunk. The positioning of the hoop is definitely unnatural. I better take note of this. Basketball hoop. It's sitting in front of Portsman's office. There are signs it's been moved. Interesting. So we've completed the investigation of the hallway. Poking around in this hallway has actually paid off quite handsomely. Huh? How so, sir? In a variety of different ways. I think it's time we had a little chat with the real culprit of this case. You know who the killer is? Wow, Mr. Ashworth. As long as my logic is sound, then yes. The mastermind behind this murder is none other than Mr. Portsman. What? Mr. Portsman? I knew it. That's exactly what my logic centers were telling me too. I suspected it was him from the instant he accused Maggie of being the killer, sir. That is anything but logical. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. Come what may, it's time to knock on truth's door. Okay, time to unmask the killer. March 14th, 5:12 a.m. High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. Mr. Portsman, I finished processing the bloody letter, sir. Alright, let me take a gander at it. Pass it here. Okay, looking good. You there, take care of this. Well, if it isn't Detective Gumshoe. End of the line for you, Portsman. We've got you now. Call off your dog, Mr. Edgeworth. Is this some kind of joke? It's no joke. We know, Mr. Jack Portsman, that you are the guilty party in this case. You must be pretty upset getting chased out of your own room. I'd be mad too. So I guess you can stay, if you promise to stay out of our way. You intend to hide your crime under the guise of a prosecutor doing his job? I can see right through you in the slightly paper-thin mask you wear upon your cowl. Haha, who'd have ever thought it would come to this? Actually, come to think of it, your mentor was Manfred von Karma, right? The legendary prosecutor who never lost a single case for 40 long years. But there was always this incessant chatter about forced evidence with that guy. Really teaches me that I've got to stay on the lookout for false accusations, you know. Are you done trying to play mind games with me because they won't work? The only thing you should be using that mouth of yours for now is explaining yourself. Although that too will only dig your hole deeper. Either way, your game is up. Well, aren't we full of ourselves, even though you have yet to prove anything? Okay, Mr. Portsman's rebuttal. I have no idea what sort of harebrained idea you have in mind, but there's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Besides, how, may I ask, do you propose I unlocked your door and got in here? Look, I feel bad doing this to you, but I've got work to do, so we're done here. Sorry, but we are not finished yet. Boy, you're stubborn. I suppose you're basing your accusations on something. I'll show you what I'm basing my accusation on, with evidence. Okay, Mr. Portsman's rebuttal. Okay, let's press. My accusation is a harebrained idea, is it? You tell me. I say it is. After all. Okay, let's press. Oh, and what pray tell kind of evidence are we talking about here? Jim was my partner, so you can't say I had a motive for killing him. And that's it. That's not even an anthill, let alone a mountain. But it's more than enough, wouldn't you agree? Might I recommend that you review what the word evidence means? It doesn't change the fact that the evidence doesn't point to me as the killer. Okay, how we present something there? Oh no, we don't really have evidence saying that Maggie unlocked the door. Unfortunately, I believe I've already shown how earlier. Your speculations mean nothing, as I still insist that I could not gain access to your room. What should I do now? Should I raise an objection? Yeah. You claim to have had no way to open my door, however, is that really the honest truth? Haha, alright, I'll humour you. Go ahead, shoot. Very well then, I propose that you use this to open my door. Master key. I believe you were able to open my office door with the master key, no less. Wait, hold on for a sec. I never laid a finger on that key, as you already know. Precisely, you were able to open my door without lifting a single finger. Well, maybe you did, but only to direct. That's right, you used your finger to direct this person to open my door with a key. The victim. Oh no. Oh wait, was it Maggie? Yeah, it was Maggie. Okay. Yeah, never mind, I picked the wrong person. Yeah, it was Maggie. Okay. Yeah, Maggie. There we go. You would ask Miss Bear to open your own office door for you, yes. Yeah, I kind of forgot my key at home. Happens a bit too often for my taste, you know. But the room you had Miss Bed open at that time was not your own, was it? What? You have quite the imagination. But why don't we ask the girl herself whose door she opened, shall we? I'm certain that it was Mr. Portsman's door, sir. I checked the number plate to make sure I was opening the right door, sir. See, this bird backs up my story. Yet what if you had misled her to fool her into thinking what you wanted? Ha, and how do you suppose I did that? By switching the number plates on our doors. For example. That's right, they do slide out pretty easily. Furthermore, you then use one other thing to give a very strong impression that the door she was opening was yours and not in fact mine. What was it that Mr. Portsman used to make Miss Bird think that it was his room? I think it was a basketball hoop. What? The basketball hoop, sir? It's quite a peculiar fixture in any hallway, let alone a hallway in this building, which is why it left an unusually strong impression on you. It's an object perfectly suited to sit just outside the office of a peculiar prosecutor. Wow! That's very true, sir. Because there was a basketball hoop sitting there, I thought the door I was opening had to be Mr. Portsman's. There are signs that the hoop has been moved. To sit in front of my office, to be sure. I see. So that's how you throw suspicion on people. Thanks for the tip. But I think your conjecture is a little off the racetrack. Okay, conjecture's rebuttal. Now you're just spouting nonsense. I had the girl open my office door. After that, I was in my room the entire time. You don't have a single reason to suspect me. So, he intends to claim his innocence to the end, does he? I'm as pure and innocent as my jacket, and Miss Bed is as dirty and guilty as the jacket she wears. My jacket's not dirty, I'll have you know. I just washed it yesterday. Please calm down, for I intend to show who is the one truly covered in slime here. Okay, so, press nonsense, you say? Yes, because I'm telling the truth here. Okay, I have the girl open my office door. Press. Using the master key, of course. Sure, you have a problem with that. That is what the master key is for, right? Perhaps we should place it in an elaborate labyrinth of some sort for people like you. After that, I was in my room the entire time. You don't have a single reason to suspect me. Okay. I think I know what contradiction to present here. I think it's the note left by victim. Yeah, there we go. Because if Buddy left a note under Portsman's door, then he clearly wasn't in his room the entire time, otherwise he would have got the note. That was a lie. Well, what are you talking about? How was that a lie? This is a note that the victim left for you, Mr. Portsman. A note? It was left under your door, or did you not notice? And right here it says, but you're out. You were not in your room when the victim came to call on you. So then where were you and what were you doing? Ah! Shall I explain it in full detail for you? You were busy snooping around in my room, the very room you had me spared open for you. And that's just nonsense. You have no evidence and I made the girl open your door for me. Oh, but I do. I have very decisive evidence. No way. This is proof positive that you had me spared open the door for you. Is it the office? I had your door busted for prints. My door? Huh, what for? Come on, I bet you didn't find anything. You sure are good at wasting time. You're right, I didn't find anything, and definitely not Miss Baird's fingerprints. Her prints? What do they have to do with anything? Let's put it this way. If she really was the one who opened your door, then her prints should naturally be on the doorknob she touched. Ah! Further, all the prints on my office door's knob have been wiped clean off. I can only assume it's because Miss Baird's fingerprints were on it. Don't you think it's time you gave up your charade? We know you both. We know you stole into my office with the intent of stealing something from me, and Detective Faith found you out, possibly because he heard sounds coming from a room whose occupant was on leave. Mr. Portsman, you killed Mr. Faith to silence him, and I had the misfortune to return when I did. You had to threaten me as you escaped. As I said when you had the gun to my back, no one gets away with committing murder in my office. Hehe. Hehehehe. Hehehehe. Ha 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 ha. And just what's so funny, pal? Well, that look of stiff seriousness on the face of this officer's finest prosecutor, as he makes a huge mistake in accusing me, is simply too much to bear. There's just nothing else like it in the world. What? Mr. Edgeworth just explained it all and he even backed it up. You're the murderer. Stop trying to be slippery and just admit to the crime already. And as I said earlier, it's also circumstantial, so full of conjecture. You say you checked my doorknob for prints? Well, I can readily confess that I have wiped that knob down well. Eh? I'm a little obsessive compulsive, you see. I didn't want to touch the doorknob that you had touched, which is why I wiped the knob down as soon as I could after you opened the door. After that, it makes perfect sense that only Jim's and my own prints would be on there. You made that up just now, didn't you? Furthermore, as for the note Jim left for me, do you know exactly when that was? For all we know, he could have left it there before I arrived at the office, like early evening, for example. Are you saying you failed to notice a note in your doorway? Hey, even geniuses fail at times. I was probably too preoccupied by work-related matters, although that's no excuse. Now that's just a flat-out lie. There's no way you didn't notice a note that size. Ah, but you can't prove that, can you? Say something, Mr. Edgeworth. Back me up here, sir. Portsman makes a good point. I can't prove that he simply didn't overlook it. Besides, I have an airtight alibi. Airtight, you say? I only just realized I had one as we were talking. I guess it would have been better for all of us if I had told you sooner. Okay, another testimony. Portsman's alibi. If memory serves, you came back to this office at around 2 a.m., correct? And it was then that you had that unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit. But at exactly that time, I was down in criminal affairs. Ask around. I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. It's a perfect alibi. Do you really think it's that perfect? Like I said, I don't care. Ask around all you like, you'll see for yourself. Detective Gumshoe. Sir, yes sir. I'll go check out his alibi, sir. Be right back. Mr. Edgeworth, sir. I think we're in trouble. It's just like Mr. Portsman said. The guys down in criminal affairs said they saw him at around 2 a.m. You see, all of the evidence points to him being the culprit. So there must be a contradictory point in his alibi somewhere. Okay, so let's break apart Portsman's alibi. Press. You are correct, it was around 2 a.m. Are you sure? It's really important to me that you're spot on with the time. I remember checking my watch then and make no mistake, it was 2. Ooh, giving testimony like a pro. Okay, so you came back to your office at 2. And it was then that you had that unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit. It is as you say, however. Yes, however, you are the only one who claims to have bumped into the culprit. So tell me, did you see the person's face? Was it me who you saw? It was pitch black, so I couldn't actually see. Oh, come now. I'm sure you saw something. Try a little harder, why don't you? I'm beginning to feel like I'm the one being interrogated here. Oh well, it doesn't matter if you remember or not. It only matters that you ran into the culprit. Okay, let's press. So, you paid the Criminal Affairs Department a visit? Yep, right after I left the prosecutor's building, I headed straight to the precinct. Ask around, I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. It's a perfect alibi. Press. Well, we did go and ask around to confirm your testimony. And it was just as I said, right? Yes, sir. A number of detectives said that they saw you around that time. See? I have the perfect alibi. That's the ace I had up my sleeve. Ah! Impossible. He actually does have the perfect alibi. What's wrong? Why the sudden sullen look on your face? Can't you say anything back, Mr. Edgeworth? Heh, I think we've reached the end of the line and it's time to get off the crazy train. You there. Sir, please escort the young lady out, but remember, be gentle. And Maggie! Detective Gumshoe! Is there nothing I can do? There must be a way to turn this situation around. If I only had a clue, did I miss something that can help me cast doubt on his alibi? Okay, Mr. Portsman's alibi. The intruder I met could not have been Portsman, then who could it have been? I need to calmly think this through one more time and with logic. Okay. Okay, so, The culprit rearranged the files twice, once before and once after. The intruder I met could not have been Portsman. Is it files in disarray and another handgun? No, okay. Okay, Mr. Portsman's alibi and another handgun. Oh, okay. There were two bullets left at the scene of the crime. Yeah, I'm a little confused as to why that matches, but maybe Edgeworth will help me make sense of it. One that robbed Mr. Faith of his life, and one that nearly robbed me of my jacket. However, the murder weapon only shows signs of being fired once, meaning that it is entirely possible that a second gun was used in my office tonight. But seeing as how the killer had to steal Mr. Faith's gun, I doubt the killer had another gun up their sleeve. Therefore, the second gun could have been the property of an entirely different person. Oh, okay. Which could mean that there was another person who paid a visit to my office tonight. Okay, another visitor. Maybe the victim and his killer weren't the only visitors to my office. Okay, files in disarray, another visitor. So connect those. So it was someone else who messed about with the files. Supposing there was yet another visitor tonight, that would also resolve the issue of why my shelves were appended twice. We know that the shelves were disturbed once before and once after the murder, so it shouldn't be much of a stretch to think that it was the work of two different people. Once by the person who stole the victim's gun and then killed him with it, and once again after the murder by our second culprit, who was the owner of the second gun. If we suppose that the second culprit's gun was the one that was pointed at my back. Mr. Portsman, it seems that I need to amend my assumptions regarding the case. Great, so you finally come to your senses. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, what are you saying? This has been a big misunderstanding on my part from the start. I had assumed that the person I ran into was the killer, but that may not be the case. What do you mean? The person I ran into was just your average thief. A thief? But sir, doesn't that cause some sort of contradiction in the facts? None at all. It simply means that the killer was someone else. And it means that in actuality, two culprits stole into my office tonight. What do you mean, two? It explains both why my shelves were disturbed twice and how there were two guns. Mr. Portsman tricked Miss Med and gained entry into my office. Now you're just leaning the argument. You still don't have any actual proof, you know. If you could please go along with my hypothetical scenario for now, Mr. Portsman. In the end, if you really are innocent, you should have nothing to worry about. Grr. Now then, returning to my scenario, Mr. Portsman was out to steal something from me, which is why he checked my secret safe and ransacked my shelves. This is the first time. So then, this would be when the files were put back in the wrong order, right? Correct, and then just when he was about to look somewhere else, who should walk in but his own partner, Mr. Faith? But why did Mr. Faith come into your room, sir? He probably had business with Mr. Portsman, which is why he was in the area. That's when he noticed sounds coming from my office would be my guess. Oh, because you were supposed to be away, right? And he must have thought it was odd, so he came into this office to check it out. Correct. And as a detective, that was the right thing to do. But when he came in, he found his own partner standing there. Because it was Mr. Portsman, Mr. Faith probably let his guard down. But Mr. Portsman was not so merciful as to let him leave alive. He waited for a chance and stole Mr. Faith's gun from him, and then he killed him. He silenced Mr. Faith by catching him in the act of stealing. Sorry. Okay. This was the moment in which the first shot was fired, the one that landed in my files. Following that, Mr. Portsman wiped the gun down and left it behind as he made his exit. He could afford to do that because he had also left a fake dying message behind. You're such a complicated troublemaker, you know that? Well, if things were as simple as that, then all would be solved. However, there was yet another visitor to my room, and this is where it gets complicated. There was another visitor, sir? Yes, and this other person's objective was also to steal something from me. Now then, even after Mr. Boltzmann left, the door to my office remained unlocked. However, this new visitor had no way of knowing that, and so they stole the master key from the security guard's room, and then entered my room and searched through my shelves. This was the second time they were disturbed, and it seems the thief found their prize. Stolen a file, right, sir? Correct. Only just as the thief was about to leave with the file, I appeared. The thief then threatened me with their own gun and made their escape. The second bullet was fired during that brief encounter. So the shell's getting messed up twice in 2 bullets. It was all because 2 different people were doing those things at 2 different times. Precisely. So now do you see, Mr. Portsman? The person I met was just a thief, and was not in fact Mr. Faith's killer. Your alibi for the time frame in which I ran into the other person is now irrelevant, because we now know that the murder took place during the first culprit's visit. Ha 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 ha. What's so funny, pal? Absolutely splendid. Your scenario explains everything. Of course it does, it's Mr. Edgeworth after all. But you know, it still doesn't change the fact that it's all circumstantial. Supposing if, and that's a big if, your theory is right, it would indeed render my alibi, which has withstood scrutiny, mind you, irrelevant. But there is still one defining point of your argument for which you have no evidence. Your supposition that I was the first visitor. Mr. Edgeworth, you can't let him get away with that, sir. But he has a point. I have absolutely no proof at this point. Don't say that, sir. I don't believe this. Don't worry, Maggie. I'll do something if I must. You know something? I find your attitude to be somewhat peculiar, Mr. Edgeworth. If the person you met really was just a plain old thief, then why is that person not your main suspect? That is, if your theory is correct. Okay. Portsman's Alibi Part 2. But first, I'm gonna take another drink break. Yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying watching this game as much as I'm having fun playing it. So far it's definitely a very faithful remaster of the original Investigations game. Yeah, this is only the first case, but yeah, I'm definitely liking where this remaster is heading so far. So yeah, and I hope you guys are enjoying the content. And thanks again for watching, whether it's on Twitch or on YouTube, and also supporting me, whether it's by following me or viewing me on YouTube or subscribing to my YouTube. Yeah, it really means a lot whenever I get any kind of positive feedback that what I'm doing is pretty darn good. So yeah. Okay. Just clearing my throat. That thief you ran into should be a real suspect, wouldn't you say? We should be out there looking for that thief right now. They might still be nearby. I hate to repeat myself, but as I've already said, I was training in my room. And when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at criminal affairs. so I can't be expected to know what happened around here after I left. So, you think we should be out there looking for the thief? Of course, now isn't the time to be having these dead-end discussions. I don't think it's all dead-ended. I find your alibi to be fascinating. Let's continue where we left off, shall we? I know he's lying. I know he was here at the scene of the crime. I just have to find a way to prove it. Okay, rebuttal, Portson's alibi part 2. Let's press. Actually, no, I wouldn't. Why not? That's elementary. The dying message, of course. Mr. Faith's killer very clearly left those letters on the spines of those files, and it was after they were on there that the thief stole one of them. You mean the Earth files, right? And that's how we also know the letters themselves were a set-up and not from Mr. Faith. If the thief was the killer, do you think they would try to undermine themselves? Maybe the killer just didn't think of that either. Yes, that must be it. Maybe, just maybe. Okay, let's press. Once escaped, I highly doubt a thief would linger nearby. Well, you never know. Maybe they didn't get what they were really after. You talk like you know quite a bit about the thief. It's nothing like that. I have no idea about anything, after all. Okay, let's press. But according to Mr. Faith's note, hold on, I thought we already cleared that up. Didn't we say that Jim left that note for me in the early evening? If you have proof that he left it at a different time, say just before it was murdered. I don't have any, no. You see, so I insist again that I was in my office the entire time. Okay, let's just look at the evidence. Issued to the victim and believed to be a murder weapon. Bullet went clean through victim's abdomen. Each prosecutor has one in their office. Prints were white. Pages pertaining to a case tried 10 years ago by Edgeworth's predecessor are missing. Master key, misbed, found under the door. Okay, press. Why didn't you go there with Jim, Mr. Faith? That's because he said he was tired and was going to take a quick nap. You know, those sofas in the hallway, he likes to sleep on those. It's one of his habits. And what of the evidence he brought? There were things related to yesterday's case. Just two items, a gun and a pendant. Oh, that's important. Yep. Yep, that's important. Yep. Okay, present. Because he didn't bring 2 items, he brought 3. So only 2 pieces. I believe the proper phrase here is you failed. Excuse me? You fail as a prosecutor, Mr. Portson, if you intend to keep evidence hidden from me. What are you talking about? I haven't hidden anything from you. Well, here's a piece I think you should read carefully. It says that Mr. Faith was bringing 3 pieces. Yes, and this is the victim's real dying message to you, Mr. Portsman. I can't believe, to get tripped up by simple arithmetic. Where is the missing piece of evidence? You have it, don't you? Only the guilty will make such a face. Detective Gumshoe, you don't have to say it, sir. I'll pat the guy down from head to toe. What? Don't come any closer, I'm warning you. This is all part of the investigation, pal, so don't even think about stopping me. No! Hey, what's this? He had this on him, sir. Despite what you said, it would appear that you do have something to hide. But why would he hide something like that? There's only one reason why anyone would hide evidence of this caliber. Because it would unequivocally point to that person himself, the serial killer. Let's examine this videotape in a little more detail. The section of the tape that will drive the last nail into his coffin. Okay. Oh, there's blood on it. Ah, that's blood, isn't it? Yes, and I believe this is what the good prosecutor was trying to hide from us. This blood is still fresh. You mean this might be Detective Faith's blood? No. You've got it all wrong. No amount of denial can save you. We have but to run a blood test to find out the truth. Yeah. You've told us that you have received evidence from the victim earlier. Now you will tell us when and how did the victim's blood find its way onto this video. Yeah, it's totally suspicious. Was it at the moment of his death? Did Detective Faith have this videotape on his personage when you killed him? You know very well there is no way to prove that. Not even if we were to examine this tape for fingerprints. Gah! If I had to take a guess, I'd say that the only ones on here would belong to the murderous you and Mr. Faith. No, impossible. Oh my god, he ate his medal. He ate his medal and he passed out. March 14th, 5:47 AM, High Prosecutor's Offices, room 1202. Mr. Portsman has been placed under arrest for the murder of Detective Buddy Faith, sir. Very good. And the results we got back from the lab techs on the tape turned out to be real solid, sir. The blood work came back and it was definitely Mr. Faith's blood on there. And as a bonus, they were also able to lift a few of Mr. Faith's fingerprints as well. Thank you so very much, Mr. Edgeworth. I still can't believe I got to see your cool deduction skills outside the courtroom. I'm impressed beyond words, sir. It was nothing. I'm just sorry you got caught up in a murder in my office. Please accept my apologies. Oh, it was nothing, really, compared to what I've been through, I mean. I consider myself lucky that it was only a burglary and a murder this time, sir. If it had been a hold-up or a hostage situation, I'd have thrown my hands up in the air. I think I'm finally rising up from a goddess of misfortune to just an unlucky person. Something tells me we should have hired a different person for security. You know something, sir? That Mr. Portsman really was one corrupt prosecutor. And why would you say he was corrupt? Well, I heard that there were a number of suspicious things related to his court cases. There's even rumors about how some of the evidence he uses is forged, sir. Forged evidence, huh? And they say he even decided not to prosecute a few cases for some really vague reasons. Ooh, that guy was a complete disgrace to the entire profession. We never did get around to asking what his reason was for breaking into my office. Yeah, whenever we got near that topic, he just clammed up. Although we can be pretty certain that it was to steal something. This is just between you and me, sir, but there's a rumor that some sort of huge organization is involved behind the scenes. Oh, well. With Mr. Portsman not willing to divulge anything, it certainly leads credence to that rumor. It will seem that we haven't heard the last of this. Huh? That Mr. Portsman isn't the bad guy? I didn't say that, but rather that there are still many more mysteries for us to solve. For example, we still haven't figured out the significance to this piece of evidence. The stolen Osiris file. The person who stole this file, the other villain of the night. Yeah, I wonder who it was. And what happened to the stolen pages. I wonder, who in the world was it that held me up at gunpoint? Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Yes. I came across this while I was processing your office earlier, sir. This card. What is it, sir? Is that a bird or something on there? It's not just any bird. It's the mark of the raven, a three-legged raven. Even you should know what this is, Detective. Oh, it's about that thing, isn't it? That great thief everyone's talking about? Yes, it is the mark of the great thief Yatagarasu. Under the mark of a legendary bird, the Yatagarasu is noble to the end, a modern Robin Hood. Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yatagarasu appears and vanishes at will. Though we don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal, we do know the targets. The Yatagarasu likes to find and make public evidence of corrupt dealings of all sorts. The theft is always performed in silence and always with perfection. Once a target is chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement is sent forth. Instead, the chosen corporation is infiltrated without even the target noticing. Some days later, the evidence that was found is sent out to the mass media, along with a single card. Although, it's been a while since the Yatagarasu's last appearance. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, look, something's written on the back. What? Let me see. It's the location of where the thief put the stolen files. So the person who stole the contents of the file was the Yatagarasu. Yatagarasu, organisation. Quite a few keywords are popping up in this mystery. The murder in my office. The return of the great thief Yatagarasu. Looking back, I can't say I didn't see these events coming, for they were heralded by the incidents that began to occur 2 days ago. Okay, that's the end of the first case. So yeah, a nice little introductory case. Oh wow, so I got 10 about Visitor for completing that case without using story mode. But yeah, let's save. And then yeah, so yeah, and now we are going to make a start on episode 2, 10 about airlines, which is the next case. So yeah, 10 about airlines. So yeah, let's start the episode. Oh, but that first case was so fun. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. I can already tell I'm gonna love this remaster. Two days earlier. Was that Edgeworth laying on the floor? Oh yeah, it's this case. I remember this case. I like how it's called Koyu Airlines. Is that blood or wine? I don't know. Oh my god, what the heck? Why is Edgeworth just laying on the floor? Okay, March the 12th, 6:13 a.m, Flight G, -390, first floor lounge. What is it with cases in Miles Edgeworth starting super early in the morning? No. Why do I feel like I just woke up from a horrible nightmare? 6:13, huh? Guess I was out cold for about 10 minutes. Has slight turbulence indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. For your safety, we ask that you return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. I suppose turbulence is to be expected on a flight, but admittedly I'm less than comfortable with anything resembling earthquakes. Yep, we know why from me having played the first game. The whole BL6 incident case that has apparently given Miles Edgeworth a lifelong fear of earthquakes. What's this? A travel wallet, but it's not mine. How did someone else's travel wallet wind up in my pocket? Yeah, my head. Why won't this headache go away? I'll take care of this travel wallet later, or hand it off to an attendant. From earthquake-like turbulence to an elevator. What am I doing hesitating like this? Actually, I know full well why I hesitate. It was still but a young child. It was when I was still but a young child. There we go. So, yeah, we saw this. So for anyone that hasn't been keeping up with my streams, this case is from the last case, I think, or the last non-bonus case in the first Ace Attorney game. Because I've put it on pause for now whilst I've been playing Black Myth Wukong, but in my regular cycle, one of the games I am playing is the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy. And the last main case, and I say main case because the first game also has a bonus case, which I'm currently on right now, in terms of my playthrough, but the last case of the first game of the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy is definitely a whirlwind. It's very, very dramatic, very emotional, a very big case for Miles Edgeworth, so, But how long am I going to let my past haunt me? It's just an elevator. I'm a grown man now. I need to behave like one. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of escalators, so yeah. I mean, I can deal with an elevator, but I mean, my slight reluctance against escalators it's kind of self-explanatory, given that I don't even really like using stairs, because I just find them hard to use, because I have mentioned on my stream before that I'm visually impaired, so my depth and perception isn't all that great, so things may look steeper to me than they look to other people. I do struggle on stairs quite a bit, but so it does make sense why with moving stairs I'd be even more hesitant. Oh my god! There's a dead body in the elevator. Oh no. I know. This is just reinforcing Edgeworth's fear of elevators. What in the world happened? Is there something wrong, sir? I must ask that you please return to your seat. He's dead. Please calm down and listen to conclusions without all the facts. What's wrong? Did something happen? You murderer! What? No, you have it all wrong. It wasn't me. March 12th, 6:41 AM, flight G390, second floor, first class. Everyone, I am sorry to interrupt, but I have an important announcement. I am one of your flight attendants today, Rhoda Tenero. Unfortunately, we have just had a minor accident on this flight. An accident? Don't treat us like we're stupid. I caught a glimpse and it was a murder. What? A murder? What's going on with this flight? Everyone, please calm down. There's no reason to panic. This flight will stay on course and make its scheduled landing. We are still currently in the middle of a rough patch of turbulence. So until we are out of this earlier area of turbulence, I ask that you please remain seated. But someone was killed, right? I mean, what about the killer? Let me off. Please, there is no need to feel threatened. We have already apprehended the culprit. I ask that everyone please remain calm. What the heck is he talking about? Why should we remain calm? My name is Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecutor and I assure you I am not the killer. Ha, being a prosecutor doesn't make you incapable of murder, buddy. Now you listen here. I am not the killer. I simply found the body. So you say, however, I'm sure that you are the perpetrator of this crime. I swear on my honor as a professional flight attendant. Oh, is that right? I know what I saw, and there's even very strong incriminating evidence to back me up. What kind of incriminating evidence is she talking about? We've already alerted the proper authorities at our destination. Until we land, you will remain in our custody by the powers vested in our captain. I'm very sorry, but please understand our situation. Your situation? I'm more concerned with mine and the direction it's going in. I'm not about to just sit idly by while I get accused of murder. Miss Tenero, is it? Yes? I was wondering if you might give me a chance. A chance to do what? A chance to plead my case. And a chance to ask what you meant by incriminating evidence just now. To accuse a passenger of such a grave crime without allowing him to give a proper defense? Can the professional flight attendant inside of you really call this action righteous? You have a point. Very well, I'll listen to what you have to say, but be wary of what you reveal. I'm afraid you'll only look even more suspicious if your explanation fails to satisfy. I also do not have the time to deal with you all day, so please make it quick. Of course, as you wish. Good. Very well then. Let's get started. I know for a fact that I didn't kill that man in the elevator. What I don't know is what sort of evidence she has up her sleeve, but I'm certain it doesn't fit with how the crime really occurred. Oh wow, we're jumping right into a rebuttal session with this case. Yeah, no messing around. Just itching my ear. Okay, so what Miss Tenero saw. I swear to tell the whole truth as a professional flight attendant. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Edgeworth, I am certain you are the killer. The scene I saw in front of the elevator, it was you. Standing there with fresh blood dripping off of the murder weapon. So, if you will please cooperate, we'll turn you over just as soon as we land. That's it. That's our evidence. I don't think you can ask for a more perfect witness testimony. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? Not really. It's hardly perfect when there's a gaping hole in it. Okay, rebuttal time. So, what evidence do we actually have right now? So we have The badge, we have travel wallet, picked up off the floor in front of the elevator. It isn't mine, so whose is it? We have the crime scene notes. Body found at 6:15 a.m. inside the elevator stopped at the first floor lounge. And we also have the Sky magazine, which details the flight itinerary and other things. So, yeah. Ugh. Okay, there we go. Now let's press this one. Tell me, what exactly does supreme professional flight attendant for you? Well, it means we are very professional about how we take care of our passengers. Services like fetching papers and responding to calls are done with speed and accuracy. I can assure you that I give testimonies with the same level of professionalism. But I'm sure you have already realized that by now, right? It's a bit hard to appreciate your professionalism when I'm the one under suspicion. And there you have it. My professional testimony is accurate and reliable. Let's press. You certainly seem sure of yourself. Of course, a professional flight attendant can't afford to make mistakes after all. Perhaps, but you must admit there are a few who can look at a murder with a clear mind. We attendants all go through extensive training and are always calm and collected. We'll even calmly serve you coffee if you so wish, as the plane makes a splashdown. I fail to see how that would be the calm and rational thing to do in an emergency. Even until the bitter end, we are there to serve the passengers. That is the duty of all professional flight attendants. You certainly are confident. Anyway, shall we return to your testimony? Press. Yes, what did you see in front of the elevator? That's what I was just about to tell you, Mr. Edgeworth. Framed by the elevator doors and bathed in the light coming from within. It was you, standing there with fresh blood dripping off the murder weapon. Press. The murder weapon dripping with blood? Really now? I swear that was the grisly scene I saw before me. Thank goodness it wasn't a passenger who saw. There'd be widespread panic by now. As I recall, you were quite panicked yourself at the time. Excuse me? You were scared enough to misread the situation and accuse me of murder. Nonsense. Professional flight attendants cannot afford to be that flustered. I witnessed the murder scene and am now listening to your defense all with a smile. Apparently you also lie with a smile on your face. Press. I am not the culprit, and yet you will keep these restraints on me. Mr. Edgeworth, please try to understand what kind of situation you're in right now, and what exactly is my situation. I have the backing of the captain that you keep bound in this way. We are within our legal right to restrain anyone who might threaten our captain mid-flight. In essence, you're in the same situation as someone who has been arrested by the police. So I am to stay restrained until I can clear up all of their doubts. At least I'm close. My mistake shines like the silver lining on a dark rain cloud. I'm going to capture some of that light with evidence. Okay, so... I think I know what... Yeah, okay, so... the travel wallet. Mr. Nero. Well, what is with the yelling all of a sudden? Ah, force of habit. Well, it doesn't matter. Mr. Nero, you say you saw the murder weapon dripping with blood, is that correct? Yeah, all that blood, drip, drip, drip. Just recalling that scene sends a chill down my spine. Sorry, but your so-called professional flight attendant training has failed you. What? I'd like to direct your attention to this. Do you know what this is? It's a travel wallet, right? But it looks a little bigger and bulky. thing you saw me holding when I discovered the dead body in the elevator was this very travel wallet, Mr. Nero. What? Impossible. Now then, do you still think I am the killer, that I killed him with the travel wallet? But I saw blood dripping from the wallet. I know I did. As you can see, this wallet is clearly stained. But if you would be so kind as to take a whiff, I think you'd agree it's only grape juice. Ah, then, that's right, you mistook grape juice for blood. The murder weapon dripping with blood does not in fact exist. No. There, that should clear up that pesky accusation. Well, wait just a sec. That is, I mean, even a wallet could be deadly if it was wrapped around something heavy. I demand that you show me what's inside, please. She's trembling, and the tactile please at the end sounds like I've got her. There's no need to look inside, even you can tell from its appearance and its light. No, I can't be sure of anything until I see the contents of the wallet for myself. She's a persistent one. I suppose we have no choice but to see what's inside. Mr. Nero, if you would be so kind as to open the wallet and check its contents for me. Alright, I usually don't pry into passengers' belongings, but we have no choice here. Okay, let's open the wallet. It seems that this passport is all that's in here. As you saw, there is nothing but a passport inside. This renders your wallet with the murder weapon argument moot. Wouldn't you agree? Please hear me out, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it now? Well, I was wondering, whose passport is it exactly? Can I take a look? Why not? I'm rather curious myself. But this is... Just as I thought, this travel wallet belonged to Mr. Ackby Hicks, which makes it the victim's property. Wallet date outdated in my organizer. I don't know if anybody saw, but his nationality was the Republic of Virginia. I think that might be a foreshadowing, an Easter egg to the Apollo Justice trilogy. Because I think this is a case in the Apollo Justice trilogy with some people from Virginia in it. So I think that's a foreshadowing of those games, which is a really neat touch. You stole the victim's wallet, didn't you? How dare you? You said it yourself. You claimed to be holding this wallet in your hands when I found you. Perhaps I did misconstrue the wallet for the murder weapon, but it seems that I wasn't wrong about who the culprit is. Okay, Mr. Nero's logic. As you claimed, the murder weapon is not the travel wallet. However, it is something you stole from Mr. Hicks after you were done with the vile deed. I find it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks's money, weren't you? So, even though I didn't have the murder weapon on me, you still suspect me, I see. You stood up at the crime scene with the victim's wallet in your hands. How can I turn a blind eye and not suspect you of foul play? Okay. Holy moly. That's a lot of people online. Yeah, wow, that is a lot of people online. Jesus. Okay, yeah. But yeah, let me, so can I save here? Oh no, well, yeah, I can now. Okay. Okay guys, so unfortunately, I do have to wrap the stream up here. So I originally intended for this to be a showcase stream of the Ace Attorney Investigations collection, but if I have people commenting or messaging me or whispering me saying that they want me to continue this game on stream, I definitely will. I do plan to anyway, but my current plan is to go back to Black Myth Wukong, and yeah, I'll definitely continue this game because I do plan on playing through the whole Phoenix Wright series anyway. So obviously I've already mentioned that I'm playing through Ace Attorney, like the Ace Attorney trilogy right now. But I do plan on playing through the Apollo Justice trilogy as well on stream, the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles collection on stream, and then yeah, I'm more than happy to return to this game on stream. But at the minute, I am planning for that to be in the future and not right away, because I do want to get back to playing Black Myth Wukong on stream, so then I can beat that and then get back to my regular cycle of games, which in case you forgot, so my regular cycle of games is Ace Attorney, Yakuza 0 and Persona 5 Royal. But yeah, so please let me know if you really do want to see me continue this game like ASAP. Yeah, whether that be through my Discord server or on my Twitter account or through a comment on YouTube or whispering me on Twitch. Yeah, please do let me know. But yeah, as far as I know, if I feel up to streaming tomorrow, because I have been like in a weird place both physically and mentally at the minute, like I've just felt really tired and bent out within myself. So yeah, I'm gonna have to see how I feel tomorrow. But yeah, if I do feel up to streaming tomorrow, then I will be returning to Black Myth Wukong. But yeah, I have thoroughly enjoyed showcasing this game on stream for you guys, and yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to showing you more of this game on stream in the future. But yeah, for now, I'm going to exit the game, and then I'm gonna switch scenes, and then I'm gonna raid someone and call it a day. But yeah, so I don't need to save because I'm already saved, so that's fine. But yeah, so yeah, let me switch scenes really quickly. But yeah, so let's see who we're gonna raid. I did just have a quick look at who was online at the minute, and it turns out that quite a few pretty good channels are online at the minute. So yeah, I think I might have a good idea of who I'm gonna raid. But yeah, we shall see. But yeah, so let's see. Da da da. Da 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 da. Okay, so I've actually been waiting to raid this person for a while, and I hope I can raid him, because for those that don't know, I am a massive anime fan, and someone in a certain My Hero Academia voice actor stream was very kind enough to give me a sub to Carl Phillips, who, for those that don't know, he plays the very lovable, very goofy, I'm trying to remember his full hero name, but I know I know his hero name is Chargebolt, but his character name is Denki Kaminari from My Hero Academia. So I am going to see if I can raid Carl Phillips, and if I can, I'm definitely going to show him some love because My Hero Academia was the first anime I got into, and Kaminari is very much one of those characters from My Hero Academia that I very much I do find him to be very much a comic relief character, and such a good just such a good character in general. So yeah, we're gonna raid Carl Phillips, and hopefully I can, because yeah, that would be awesome. Where is he? Let's see. But yeah, let me.
I drop farts up here.
But yeah, let me raid him. Nice. Okay. Yay, we can raid him. Oh my god. But yeah, so we're gonna raid one of my favourite My Hero Academia voice actors who plays one of my favourite MHA supporting heroes. But yeah, we're gonna raid Carl Phillips, and yeah, I'm gonna yeah, I'll hopefully be back tomorrow, but again, it'll depend on like when my head's at, and like, because again, my mental state's been pretty weird lately. But until then, have a great day, everyone, and let's go show Carl Phillips some love. But yeah, see you later, everyone.